this episode, we will be tackling a viewer's request and grabbing a fistful of ninjas. So, stick around. Hello, fellow Silent Warriors and G.I. Joe fans, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name is Rob, and in this episode, we will be doing a Fistful of Joes Reloaded with the theme of ninjas. Now, this awesome cat, who lives the ninja life, sent the request for a Fistful of Ninjas. Now, I'm not 100% sure what type of ninjas he's looking for, but when you add Fistful to it, I automatically think of G.I. Joe. Now, the Fistful of Joe series is about me grabbing a fistful of G.I. Joe figures from these containers which house my 3 3/4 inch G.I. Joe figures and some other various figures. Now, I don't know how many fistfuls it'll take to get 5 ninjas and how many containers I might have to go through. I know I have a lot of them, but I don't know how they're spread out amongst all my containers. So we're going to see how many it takes and see which figures we end up with. So wish me luck, and I will see you on the other side.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Okay, folks, here is our first ninja. This was one that was released in the Valor and Venom era, I believe. Not sure of his name. I just remember getting him in a pack that had Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, I think a couple other ninjas, and this awesome, like, Ashikage shrine that I wish I still had. For some reason, I got rid of that when I was downsizing, and I could kick myself for it now. Now, just to take a look at this guy, I mean, that's a horrible paint application on the face. I mean, he looks like he would rather be anywhere else but here. I assume he's a good guy with the dog tags. He has this paw design, which I think is something to do with his name. I'm not 100% sure. And I mean, he has this hanging belt application that I would think goes to this, but you got this void right here. They're not even connected, so that's kind of a bummer. Same with this orange application that goes to his gi, or whatever you want to call it. His pouches look pretty cool. He has the Ashikage symbol there. And I mean, all in all, it's not that great of a figure, but he came in a pack with other ones. He only came with this sword. A little blurry, let me fix that. Okay, let me fix it like this. I mean, some nice detailing on that, but I mean, it comes with this handle, but other than that, there's no other way to attach it to him other than him holding it. And it's a nice, like, straight sword, kind of more of a Chinese design, I would venture a guess. But yeah, I mean, let's put this in his hand and see how it looks as he carries his sword case like a briefcase. But yeah, not a fan of this era of Joe. I hate the chunky shoulders. Granted, they're very flexible, very posable, but just looks so darn right silly. And that there's eyes. I mean, he just looks grumpy and he just woke up, doesn't want to be here. Anyway, on to our next figure. Our next figure is a 25th anniversary Storm Shadow figure. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this came in a comic pack. The file card before this will tell you, so I apologize for not knowing off the top of my head. But, I mean, this is, other than my beef with the 25th anniversary feeling very fragile, this is a nice figure. Good paint application on the face. Comes with a ton of gear, all emblazoned with the Arashikage symbol. He has a wakizashi and a katana, his arrow quiver, a longbow, and the thing I always dug was the removable dagger. If I can get it. There we go. Oh, and I dropped it. Very small, but gets the job done. But yeah, the one thing I absolutely adore about the 25th anniversary was their attention to detail when it came to the accessories that originally were molded on the, the original figures from the 80s. Something like that was molded into the original Storm Shadow, and here they have it where you can take it out. Shuriken, you can't, but at least they gave them some paint applications to stand out. Of course, 25th anniversary, they all came with stands, which, that's awesome. I wish we would still see that today with the classified figures, but, I mean, I guess that's asking too much. But like I said, I think this came with a comic pack, hence the yellow fletching on the arrows. But I could be misremembering. But I'll put the facts up beforehand like usual, so we'll see if I'm right or not. But this is our second Ninja, Storm Shadow. Okay, our third ninja is the Red Ninja, the Cobra Elite Ninja Force. Now, I can't remember if this came in a special pack or if this was the single carded version. At this time period, I was buying up any ninja I could find because the Red Ninjas were all over the place at that time, and it is one of the figures that I got multiples of, a troop builder, if you will. But how can you fault me on that? Because, I mean, I always regretted not getting any of the extra ninjas from the original G.I. Joe run, so I was making up for lost time by tracking down as many of these as I could. As you can see, just real quick, he has the same gear that Storm Shadow does, and for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much the same mold.
as Storm Shadow, other than the head. I mean, he has, sorry, Storm Shadow falling. You knew I was talking about him. He has the little ears at the top of his mask, and I remember in the comic they had those, and I always thought it was awesome. He also has almost better paint applications on the feet. And look at that shadowing they did, whoa, on the wrapping. Awesome. He comes with this man catcher pole arm that Storm Shadow did not come with. But he still comes with the same katana, wakizashi, arrow, quiver, and longbow. One thing that I dislike about this figure is this hand. It is made just to be pulling back the bow. I tried to put other accessories in his hand and none of them worked. I mean, he can hardly hold onto this bow with his other hand. I think I've mentioned in the past where some of the hands were kind of screwed up on these figures because of how they used rubber bands to hold the accessories in their hands in the packaging, and how those rubber bands kind of screwed up some of the hands. I mean, some of them even look like they were wrapped up before the paint even dried. But yeah, it's supposed to, but it's not the best. But still an awesome figure. And I do have like a Ninja Assault pack still in the box that came with Snake Eyes, Timber, and a bunch of Red Ninjas with buku amounts of accessories. Oh, he also has the removable dagger. So, yeah, same mold as Storm Shadow, but I ain't hating. So anyway, let's get to our fourth ninja. Our fourth ninja is Apprentice Ninja Snake Eyes. And this came in a pack with, I believe, the Hardmaster. Not 100% sure. I'll have to look into that. But, I mean, some of the gear he comes with is awesome. First off, let's take a look at the stand here. I mean, great paint detailing. We have like an incense burner on this side, some candles on this side. I mean, what a great addition to any accessory pack. So he also comes with a bow staff. Sorry for the blurriness. Good detailing on the wrapping. Comes with this katana. With a peg for him to wear it, and this boken, or wooden sword, for training. So they thought about everything. Now, again, this is just a repaint of like the Red Ninja. But you can see his blonde eyebrows, which goes with the comic. He has this tied up white belt opposed to the one with the dagger and shuriken in it. Nice paint applications on the wrapping and sandals here. I mean, it's an awesome figure. I was very excited when I found this one at the time. Again, 25th anniversary, comes with a stand. But along with buying up any Red Ninja or Ninja that I could find at that time period, any Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow I could find. Which, yeah, I had to do a lot of fistfuls to find 5 unique ninjas. I was grabbing a lot of, some of the heavy hitters, but I already encountered them. We already have a Storm Shadow. We already have, well, I'll cheat. There's 2 Snake Eyes on this list. We already had a Red Ninja, so yeah, it took a little bit longer than I thought. I think total it was 23 fistfuls out of 3 boxes, and I mean, it was fun to go through them all. But here we have Apprentice Snake Eyes. So now to our 5th and final G.I. Joe Ninja figure. Oh, and of course I have the file card. Anyway, here we go. Our 5th and final ninja figure is kind of cheating. The file card says it's Commando, but we all know that this was when Snake Eyes slipped into the realm of ninja, when it came to the toys anyway. And yeah, this was my holy grail figure. It's not complete. I still need to find a timber, and I will search for one day, but I was lucky enough to receive 2 over the years as gifts from viewers. This one was from the huge G.I. Joe haul that Michael sent me last summer, and yeah, as complete as he can be. We have his backpack with his awesome scimitar. Makes me nervous. And his Uzi. And he's in great shape. I mean, this is like when Snake Eyes really came into his own. And I remember like a neighbor got it from the Kmart when it opened in our town. Which was an awesome event. They had spotlights that shone all over the small town, and yeah, it was a big deal. And he found one, and my dad took me there that evening for the grand opening, and yeah, he was gone. So that was always, like I said, that holy grail Joe figure for me growing up, and I'm blessed to have 2 of them now. Now, as you can see here, he has like a dart launcher a la like Scarlet had cool stuff on her wrists to fire, had a little gun and everything, and shuriken, and I think this takes a page out of that book. His bandolier with grenades, his awesome mask, which I think is like some French trench warfare kind of helmet that it really existed, his awesome backpack, and this awesome sword. Yeah. So happy to have this dude. And so happy that I could pull him out on this joyous occasion of ninjas. Look, he even has a watch here. Never noticed that before. Got a knife here. Good detailing on the belt. Pistol here. Pouches around his boots there. Yeah, I love this figure. So happy to have him. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. We looked at 5 ninjas, and it was a little bit of a hunt to find 5 unique ninjas in my collection. I mean, I have plenty more boxes to go. I only went through 3 of them. But, yeah. So happy to pull this guy and get a chance to play with him. But anyway, we're going to leave it there and go back to me.
Okay, folks, folks, back to me. That was a a little bit of a chore to find 5 unique ninja figures, but it was a blast grabbing fistful after fistful and seeing what figures I did find. And yeah, it was great to get a just quick, down and dirty, nostalgic wave over the figures that I was able to look at, grabbing all those fistfuls. 23 in total out of 3 boxes. It was pretty much, I think, the second or third fistful out of the 3rd box that I was able to finally secure my 5th figure. And again, I want to thank this viewer for the request, because it was fun. And if it was not what you had in mind for a fistful of ninjas, please let me know, and I'll try to remedy that situation by scrounging up some other ninjas around the laundry room here. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to another Fistful of Joes Reloaded. These episodes are so much fun for me, just to reconnect with my figures. Like I said, they're in those bins and they kind of get lost in the weeds a lot of times, and I forget who I have. Recently, I've begun to compile a list of the ones that I have reviewed and the ones that I wish to get into my collection or back into my collection, depending on the figure. In the future, I plan to do some toy hunts around this wish list of original Joe figures that I've compiled, and yeah, I am really curious to see what kind of prices I can find, and if I'm able to find some of the accessories that I'm missing for the Joes that I have, like Timber in this episode. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thank you for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.